Hello and welcome to the BVB update for August 5th. I'm Stefan Butzko and in this format I cover Borussia Dortmund news and other shenanigans of the day. And today I will try yet another lineup prediction for tomorrow's game against Bayer Leverkusen and see whether it works out. Last time it didn't go so well, but yeah, I'll start with a personal update because I didn't do that. Yesterday I was busy recording the Yellow Wall pod, so please go check that out and listen to our analysis of the 1860 Munich game and of course our preview of the Leverkusen game. But yeah, out are of course Sebastian Aller, Niklas Süle, Felix Passlack and Tom Rothe with injuries. Akanji and Schulz are going to be disregarded, and Edin Terzic did not mention whether Reina and Murray are out or not, but I would still list them as highly doubtful or questionable because I have a hard time imagining that either of them will be included in the matchday squad. Now, the only one who I think really is questionable is Charlie Özcan, because he was back in training and Edin Terzic did say that they are waiting and seeing how his ramp up in training is proceeding, because he might still be included in the squad, maybe feature 5-10 minutes at the end, but I'm also not holding my breath there. So why don't we just move on to the lineup that I think will happen tomorrow? And I'm sticking with the cup lineup. Of course, Niklas Süle is not going to feature, so Mats Hummels slots in, but otherwise I think it's going to stay the same because Edin Terzic was asked about a 3 at the back system, but he sort of named the options Emre Can and Koulibaly as the third option, and I don't think he's going to do that, to be honest. So I think he's going to stay with the back four, and when it comes to the defensive midfield, I also think that Dahoud and Bellingham are your best options right now. Obviously, Daniel Malen, after his performance in the cup, he's probably one of the first names on the team sheet. And of course, Marco Reus, the team captain, will lead the team as the number 10. And then Adeyemi, I assume, will play on the right side and maybe initiate a couple more of these switches of play that were really effective against 1860. And up front, I would expect Moukoko to play unless Terzic maybe wants to play with a bit more of a defensive-minded formation, say a 4-3-3, where then you maybe put Marius Wolf into the midfield line next to Bellingham and Dahoud on the right side, and then have a front three of Malen, Reus and Adeyemi. But I think he's going to stick with a 4-2-3-1 and Moukoko up top. But obviously, I've been wrong before, and I will be wrong again. So yeah, it's also going to be interesting how Bayer Leverkusen line up, whether, for example, Loschek or so will start or not. But yeah, they obviously arrive in Dortmund with a lot of firepower, and Patrick Schick, Diaby and Asmoon, and of course Bellarabi, also very fast. Demirbay is a good number 8, but he's not a stellar number 8. And Anrich is, of course, their enforcer. So we'll see how that tandem works tomorrow, as they will definitely be without Wirtz, who's still recovering from his cruciate ligament tear. And the big question mark will always be around that Leverkusen backline, because they've already shipped 4 goals in the first match against the 3rd division side Elversberg in the first cup round. And Elversberg just got promoted from the 4th division, so they were certainly not the strongest matchup. Yet Leverkusen are out of the German Cup already because they lost 4-3. And it wasn't just a fluke that they conceded 4 goals, because they were actually atrocious in that game. But who knows what kind of game face they will show tomorrow. But, you know, be it Frimpong, Tah, Tapsoba or Hincapie, I don't think either of those players is really of the quality compared to their attackers. And Radetzky is also an average Bundesliga goalkeeper, so it's going to be a game with a lot of goals. Don't want to have provided this final score predictor, so let's see what we get. Alright, I can live with that. And what other stories do we have? Well, there's a story of a Dortmund fan who is trying to raise 40 million on a crowdfunding mission to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. And yeah, in the Ruhrnachrichten he is quoted that he wants to make the Bundesliga more attractive. Let's make the title race exciting. And he's also quoted, I can see Ronaldo drive around the Borsigplatz in front of my imaginary eye. And this is obviously so nonsensical that I'm not even sure if I should name the fan who's doing this.
I don't give a fuck. His name was Mike.
Fucking Mike.
And on that note, goodbye until tomorrow.